students on the traditional calendar went back to school, the number of clusters has increased by more than 50% each week. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Angela Taylor.
I'm Rod Carter. Glad you could be here with us tonight. So today the state released some new numbers and 194 schools are reporting clusters. That's up 55% from last week.
Right now, most school districts in our area and across North Carolina are requiring students and teachers to wear a mask. But there's a big push by some parents and lawmakers to change that.
CBS 17's Amy Cutler is live for us tonight in Johnston County, where a huge crowd turned up for tonight's school board meeting. How do things go out there?
Well, Rod, Angela, it really went as smoothly as it could. There were a lot of parents that turned out, and they came to make their voices heard, which they did. In the end, though, the school board did not vote. One of their board members couldn't be present for the meeting, so they decided to wait to the next meeting to vote.
These are our children, okay? Our children.
Dozens of parents came together calling for an end to the mask mandate in Johnston County public schools.
Yes, we need to get back to the basics in education.
Headlining the event, U.S. Representative Madison Cawthorn. He's from the western part of our state. So why come here?
So the parents contacted myself asking if we could come out and speak here.
Numbers of COVID cases are surging now. A lot of folks are going to say it's irresponsible to make masks optional in schools. What's your response to that?
My biggest response to that is I think we all need to make our own personal risk assessment.
While people gathered outside the district office, the school board met inside, security tight, only a limited number of people allowed in. Almost as soon as the meeting started, we learned a board member wasn't present.
And I think it would be a vote of 100% of our board members.
The vote put off the mask mandate has been controversial. The board voted last month to make them optional before reversing course less than 2 weeks later. While the board wouldn't make a decision, people made their opinions known.
Every single child deserves the chance to go to school and to be safe in that school. Unmasking our children opens the door for clusters that will close our schools.
We now dread going to school because we're forced to put on a hot and sticky mask all day with one break for lunch.
And that person you just heard from was a student at a local high school here in Johnston County. Opinions are really mixed on this issue. Now, the district got back to me. They tell me a special meeting will be held Monday at 2 in the afternoon. That will take place virtually. The school board will vote at that meeting to decide whether or not to keep this mask mandate in effect. Live in Smithfield, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.